Well, hi, I'm Sue Kropbauer, and I'm passionate about reinventing midlife. I help boomers, Gen Xers, and even millennials who have big dreams but are feeling unsure about how to create a vision for midlife that they feel passionate about. And yes, midlife starts at 30. Well, 30s, in your 30s. As a midlife mentor, I help you take a closer look at your thinking and how it's affecting your life. And my goal is to help you gain new perspective on what you want so you can make the right kind of changes and be clear about the life that you really, really want. I'm going to talk a little bit today about kind of smashing the idea that you have to be uncomfortable to make progress. You've heard it before. You need to push yourself. You need to test yourself. You need to get out of your comfort zone. How many times have you heard that? How many times have I said that? Well, what does that really mean to most people? Well, it means putting yourself at risk and making yourself feel uncomfortable. To put yourself in a place where you feel less than confident, less than competent. And, well, for what exactly? Have you ever met anybody you know, think about it, anybody you know who is continually putting themselves at risk, continually makes themselves uncomfortable, out of their sweet spot, right? And that has really done anything extraordinary with their lives? Well, maybe, but not all the time. We know what happens if you have to do something that makes you feel bad or uncomfortable. Well, if you're feeling that way all the time, you quit. It's human nature, isn't it? I want to challenge you to think about something a little bit differently about a comfort zone. Most people say, get out of it. I say, expand your comfort zone. Push the edges by working within it. Rather than trying to get out of your comfort zone, doing the opposite produces outstanding results in anything you decide you want to put your mind to. Let's take anyone who's at the top of their game, a subject matter expert or excelling. Let me think here. We're coming up on the Olympics, right? So let's take Usain Bolt, for example. At the time that we're talking about here, he's known as the fastest human being on the planet. Be interesting to see if anybody blasts through his records at these next Olympics. But did Usain ever get out of his comfort zone? I can't answer specifically for him, but I would have to say no. Because when he was a young man, or maybe in college or university, well, if he'd entered the Olympics then, he likely would have been defeated time and time again, been not first, but second, third, fourth, last. I know that. You know that. And, well, he knew it too. It's common sense. So, what did he do? Well, he realized that he could run pretty fast at an early age. So did his parents, so did the people around him. So somebody introduced him to a running coach. Who did what? The coach suggested he practice. So Usain practiced, probably weekly, daily, and as he practiced, he got faster and faster. And as his speed increased, so did Usain's confidence. I would bet that when his coach entered him into a race, he won. And then his confidence went up even more. And he practiced even harder and more often, with more intensity, and the results just kept coming. And his confidence and competence at running increased exponentially. Did he quit? No. Did he go to the Olympics yet? No. He continued to practice, but with more focus and more discipline. So let's imagine he won state and national races and emerged into some international races and into the international running circuit, and he continued to practice and maintain his training. He got faster, and as he did, his confidence and his competence at running grew. Then, this time, when the Olympic trials rolled around, he shocked the whole world, and especially his competitors, with his blistering speed. The The rest is history. But think about it. What was his gifting? It was running. So did he ever step out of his comfort zone? Did he ever put himself at risk? Or make himself uncomfortable by doing something other? Like maybe doing archery or swimming or something rather than running? Well, no. What would be the point? Everything Usain did was within his comfort zone of running, which expanded in direct proportion to the increase in growth in his level of confidence and competence. And this was brought about by practicing in the right environment with the right kind of mentoring and support. Practice, practice, practice. That's what he did. So let me think about it. I'm trying to think of someone else. Let's talk about the entertainment industry. Let me think. Maybe let's pick Mariah Carey, for instance. Let's do that. Mariah Carey. She's a world-class singer, right? Did she ever get out of her comfort zone? I'm going to venture to say no. When she was young and her parents and the people around her realized that she had a good voice, well, what did she do? Did she go straight out and book, a massive venue like, say Madison Square Garden or something for a concert? Think about her at, 11 or 12 or something, No, she didn't. And why not? Because not only did Mariah not have the experience for it, but, well, it would have made her really uncomfortable. It would have put her at risk without the experience and crushed her confidence. And, well, what's the point in that? So, what did she do? I know, it's redundant, right? Mariah practiced. She practiced at home. She practiced at school. She probably sang everywhere she could, singing in the car, singing in the shower. And when someone introduced her to a voice coach, her potential was immediately escalated, amplified, and her practice took on a whole new level. She became that much more focused and disciplined in her voice training. And, well, as a result, her confidence and her competence grew, just like Usain. So she started singing at small local venues, and I'm sure people loved her voice, and I'm sure she got standing ovations. And every time that happened, her confidence and competence only grew at every single event she went to. Eventually, she started touring to sell out events and started recording. And, well, I can bet my bottom dollar Mariah still practices. She applies focus and discipline to her training and her practice. Her confidence and competence, as we all know, are huge, and she is a global star. So, did she ever get out of her comfort zone? Put herself at risk? To make herself feel bad? Try something other than singing? Painting? I don't know, maybe she can paint or something. Was she a cooking star for HGTV? Did she try to try out there? Well, what would be the point? Her skills, her natural skills and talents that she worked on and practiced took her to where she needed to go. But it wasn't outside of her comfort zone. It wasn't outside of her gifting. Trust me, this process works. You can pick anybody. Think about it. Anybody that you know who is an acknowledged expert in their field, a subject matter expert, or are at the top of their game or has experience and other people look up to them. Well, none of them have to put themselves at risk or feel vulnerable or make themselves feel bad to get where they are. They don't have to. They just didn't. They used the skills and the giftings that they had. What they did was bring what they needed to improve inside their comfort zone and then push the envelope, expand it from within. And I would bet they all had a coach or a mentor to help them do it. Think for yourself. Let your intuition tell you whether this is the right place for you to be, that your skills match what you're trying to accomplish. Just because someone says something doesn't make it true, and it certainly doesn't make it true for you. Practice and be focused and be disciplined. Get yourself a mentor or coach. It will be the very best decision you can make if you really want to get good at what you can do. So I come here, I'm going to start coming here every week with some little jewels and tidbits, and I would love it if you would pop in. It's going to be every Friday, take you into the weekend for things to think about. So again, this is Sue Crapower, and I hope to see you next week.